is one fall, 1 hour time limit. Your referee is Keith Smith Jr. It is for the Missouri, Illinois Junior Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger from Fort Benning, Georgia, weighing 185 pounds, Max Archer.
Cough drops are here. Ben. Ring the bell. Well, wrestling fans, the junior heavyweight title on the line. Ace Hawkins, the PWI Rookie of the Year, defending that junior heavyweight title here tonight against the very comparable Max Archer. Fans in this place is going deafening. Everybody behind the junior champion Ace Hawkins as this match gets on the way. Keith Smith, capacity crowd, and what a junior heavyweight title match here.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a great junior heavyweight title match, and I'll tell you what, this is a top contenders match, really. Any way you look at it, Max Archer has been on the top of his game for the last couple of months and been, you know, he's had some spectacular outings, Tim.
He's knocking on that door, ranked very highly in the television title rankings, ranked very highly, as you see here tonight, in that junior heavyweight title ranking. You're right here, Keith. Max Archer, a superstar to keep your eye on for sure.
I'll tell you what, and people love to hate him. I mean, anywhere he goes, he gets booed. And I mean, listen, these people love this young man. You know, Ace Hawkins flying over the top rope, coming down on top of Max Archer. But they love to hate Max Archer as much as they love to, you know, cheer on Ace Hawkins.
And that says a lot about what he does in the ring. This man does get noticed. He does get the crowd's attention. Despite his attitude, despite his antics, he is a top contender. He's in there with one of the best in Ace Hawkins. And look at him take control of this matchup by any means possible, shoving Hawkins to the floor, Keith.
I'll tell you what, and now Herb, as you can see, you know, out here on the floor, Max Archer isn't holding no prisoners when it comes to Ace Hawkins there.
Well, Max Archer, as I heard you say, has been on his game over the last several months, and now he's tasting some victory here. He's chasing that gold, and I'll tell you what, if Ace Hawkins isn't careful, we just may crown a new junior heavyweight champion here tonight. Right now, it's been all Max Archer, and right now he's going to, whoa, and it's a blatant chokehold. Keith Smith Jr. telling him to break the hold. And he does, but it's only after about a count of 3. As you said, a top contenders match right here. These guys, they're high flyers, and they'll do whatever it takes. Ace Hawkins, a lot to lose here with that junior heavyweight title. What a crowd here, Keith Smith. It's deafening in here.
I'll tell you what, it's packed like normal here at the South Broadway Athletic Club, and it seems like no matter where we go, we're always packing them in like this.
Well, speaking of where we go, we know where we're going to be back here on Saturday night, April the 14th, because it's going to be camera night and autograph night, so bring your camera down here, get your picture of your favorite wrestler, and then a week later over in East Carondelet, Illinois, big action returns over there. Tim Miller, I know we're going to have our camera.
Most definitely. That's the night, the 14th of April. Get your cameras ready. Get your scratch pad, your ink pen, your marker. Get your shirt autographed, your scrapbook. These guys will be available and ready for you on the 14th of April. And of course, we can't forget about our great fans there, Keith, on the Illinois side of the river, keeping up with Wrestling Explosion each and every week.
Well, and that's what Tony Costa and I was talking about. We've got both sides of the river covered. We got fans that are crossing back and forth. I see a lot of the fans from Illinois. And look at Ace Hawkins. And that's why he's the junior heavyweight title champion.
I'll tell you what, you're right. And there was almost a 3 count by Ace Hawkins. And you know, we're talking about the fans. These fans are loyal to us. They come to every show. They're here. And I'll tell you what, we appreciate it month after month after month. We look forward to seeing some of you folks on the Charter Channel 8 down here at the lovely South Broadway Athletic Club or over in East Carondelet at the Wrestling Explosion over there.
Well, Tim, and you know, as all the years that we've been in this, and Tony Acosta just made the announcement earlier, the longest running independent show in the country. Now, that's a lot to be proud of.
Most definitely. The fans from Berkeley to Belleville, St. George to St. John, from St. Clair to St. Charles, every point in between, we're on the map. We are the ones that the fans choose. The longest running independent wrestling program in America. What another prestigious honor to bestow upon us, Herb.
Exactly, right here, and we're doing it now, and we're going to be back on Saturday night, April the 14th, another big star card. A week later on the 21st in East Carondelet, Illinois. Between what we're doing, about 24 to 30 shows a year. No other independent promotion can say that, Keith.
Oh, no, you know, I've been saying that from the get-go. There's no independent promotion out there right now running anywhere between 24 and 30-plus shows a month, a year. You know, I'm proud to be a part of it. You are, Herb, Tony Costa, Tim Miller, the camera people. You know, they're great.
Reverse neck breaker by Max Archer, and that really is going to slow the junior champion down, but only a 2 count. I'll tell you, these guys, when they have to, Keith, and you know you've been in that ring for years, when you reach that point and them fans start that chanting, it does something to you.
Oh, yeah, it does. You know, it gives you a whole different outlook, gives you that second wind, and to get up and keep fighting.
And now the champion takes him down. A little sloppy cover, a 2 count, but Keith Smith Jr. right on top of it. And Tim, how many times have we seen it? Just about when you think it's over with, it gets switched up.
Well, you know, Keith Smith, Little Dynamite, Tony Costa, both former junior heavyweight champions in their own right. We've seen it a million times. Just when you think you've seen it all, you see something brand new. These junior heavyweights, what a division, an exciting division to watch here, Herb.
Well, and right there, Max Archer sidestepping the champ. Once again, a reverse neck breaker. This could be it. He needs to just roll him over and get on top there. But no, Max Archer wasting some valuable time. Plants the boot to the upper chest, and now just starts choking him. This should have been where he tried to pin him, but maybe a little inexperience there on the hand, likes of Max Archer. Hooks the tights, holds him up. What's he gonna do? A big suplex, it looks like. Walks around and drops him down. Whoa. Max Archer taking it to the junior champion. 1, 2, and no, Max Archer gets kicked off by Ace Hawkins.
I'll tell you what, that young Ace Hawkins, he's not going to give up early. He doesn't want to lose this junior light heavyweight title by no means. You know, you look down the line, you were talking about people earlier who've held this belt. I mean, you got guys like Bill Osborne, the Executioner. The list goes on and on and on. And I'll tell you what, now you got the little likes of, I mean, heck, you could almost call him another Little Dynamite Tony Costa, couldn't you? Ace Hawkins.
Ace Hawkins is definitely somebody out there. He's worked hard. PWI Rookie of the Year. Very proud of that. We're proud of that. You know, when you look around up and down that roster, we've got the best of the best. Tim Miller.
No doubt about it. These two guys, a clear example. The open door policy that we adopted 2 years ago, paying off, creating new stars, giving youngsters an opportunity. And look at the crowd response to these open door superstars. These two guys worked from ground level on up, and now you're watching two of the most exciting stars in the game, Herb.
Well, and not only that, if you remember the open door policy, how we came across our ring announcer, Ben Simon. Hey, Ben.
How you doing, Herb?
Fine. We're just talking about our open door policy, and that's how you got in the door.
It sure was. I was actually the first guy in East Carondelet, August 21, 2010, I guess now. And you know what? Ace Hawkins and Max Archer, this is a defining match, I think, of the young blood coming in to South Broadway.
Well, and that's it. We're always looking for new people. And Keith Smith, our commissioner, I mean, it just keeps getting bigger and better. I mean, 2012, this is March. We're on fire, and we got a long way to go.
Oh, yeah, we're just starting out the year, and it looks like we're starting out right. You know, you think about all the young guns here in the Midwest. The Midwest is the hot spot for pro wrestling. There's no doubt in my mind the top talent is right here in the Midwest. There's a handful of companies that are running here, but I'll tell you what, between the MMWA and the SICW, we have the best in professional wrestling.
Well, you know, and I got to take a moment. I had a situation take place in my life here a week or so ago. I lost my house to fire, and I am still overwhelmed by the results of not only the workers. I mean, I got a call from Brendan Espinoza telling me, hey, if I have to get the whole roster of men to come over there to help you, we're going to do that. But not only that, the loyal fans that's been here at South Broadway in Illinois has just been overwhelming to my wife and I just want to take a personal moment to thank all you guys. I know, Tim, you called me. Keith, you were on the phone right away, and I really appreciate all that. But that just shows you the type of group that we are. It's all like one big family.
Yeah, you know, the professional wrestling business is like one big family, but when they're in that ring, they're in it for like the titles, you know, the junior light heavyweight title, the TV titles, the heavyweight titles. The MMWA-SICW, you know, has no lack of character when it comes to family-orientated business, and that's what we are. We love everybody that comes and sees us. Tim, you know, unfortunately earlier this week, you had a mishap of your own. You lost your mother. You know, our prayers and thoughts go out to you and also to Herb's family because of the situation. You know, we hope everything's going well. We're glad you're here with us, but I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, you know, it's great to have an atmosphere like this, to have that escape in times, you know, of tragedy, of bad personal events in your life. I'm sure Herb feels the same way, that it's a much needed night out, an affordable night out for the entire family. It's a great escape from the rigors of daily life, if nothing more, that these are the greatest fans. This is a nice atmosphere. It's pleasant here. I appreciate the support from you, Keith, Herb, everyone themselves.
The referee has called for the bell. A double count out.
Both men have been counted out of the ring. This match is a draw.
Match is a draw. Count out. Fans, stay tuned. We still, if you think you've seen it, you're wrong, because we got a lot more coming.
From St. Clair, Missouri, please welcome back the Bulls of the Woods, the tag team champions, Abe and Gabe, the Lumberjacks.
Who gets tired first?
Taking this one?
Yeah. You got this one?
Well, if you won't do it, sure.
Yeah.
If it comes out pretty good, we can use it.
Yeah.
If it comes out good, we can use it. Right.
Ring the bell. Well, fans, the tag team titles on the line here at South Broadway Athletic Club. The Lumberjacks back in the square circle, going against this, what is this, the Freedom Team? Some of our old the American Riders? Hell, Ben didn't give me the card, heck. They're here, Jimmy D, and there it is, Jimmy D and Frankie D. Whoa, and that's a lot of beef in there, Tony Costa.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of weight on both sides of the ring, so it'll keep it even anyway. The ring's not going to tilt.
Oh, no, without a doubt. But right here, referee Nick Rednar are going to have his hands full in this one. As you see, the Lumberjack outside working on Frankie D. This ought to be an interesting match for the tag team titles, and we want to remind you fans, wrestling returns Saturday night, April the 14th, right back here at South Broadway Athletic Club, and it's going to be camera night and autograph night. So bring your camera down and get those pictures as you watch the Lumberjack deliver that reverse elbow on Frankie D. And the Lumberjack drops the leg across the upper, looks like the forehead. Fans, we appreciate you joining us on your local cable access channel, or Channel 8, I should say, our new channel. Getting a lot of great reviews, so keep the calls coming in and let Charter Cable know you really enjoyed the show, because we're just getting ready to kick off March, April, and all the way to the end of the year. And then before you know it, Tony, it'll be a new year already.
Well, you know, we have matches here every second Saturday of the month except December. December is the first Saturday because we don't want to interfere with Santa Claus.
Don't want to do that. Of course, we usually have Santa Claus here, but, you know, that's because our fans are always good, so they get a double dose. In July, we have the annual Christmas in July show. So it just gets bigger and better. And right now, the tag team title's on the line. Frankie D really being worked on by the Lumberjacks as he gets whipped out of the corner. And fans, on Saturday night the 14th will be here, and then 1 week later, April the 21st, back over in East Cronlite, Illinois. Tony, we got both sides of the river covered.
Yes, we have. Things are looking good on both sides of the river, you know, and it's not because what I do, it's what you do or what Tim does. All of us try to do the best we can, but it's some people that sit in them seats. If they haven't sit in them seats, you know, we wouldn't be here, and we can't thank them enough. We try to thank them every month, but them people are what keeps us going.
Well, and you know, and I think what has really helped us over the years, and you and I have talked about this, I mean, in this very building we're sitting in tonight, we've had some of the all-time legends here. And I'm talking about the Harley races. I'm talking about Baron von Raschke, Cowboy Bob Orton. Randy Orton had his first professional match right here in this very ring. So there's a lot of history that the MMWA and the SICW has contributed to the sport of professional wrestling.
And they've all been supportive to us over the years. You know, they all call and want to know how we're doing. Do you want me to come back? And sure, we want them to come back. So from time to time, you're going to see them back here.
I mean, tonight alone, we've got Dick Muchnick in the house, the son of one of the all-time greats, if not the greatest professional promoter in the business, Sam Muchnick. His son's here with us tonight. It just keeps getting better and better, as I say. I know I keep saying that, but we always reach down in that little bag of goodies and bring it out. I mean, right now, I'm working on, and Tony, I haven't been able to catch up with you because I've been busy, but right now we're working on the possibility of bringing in another great legend of the Von Erich family, the only one that's still living, and that's Kevin Von Erich. And what a treat that's going to be for the MMWA and the SICW if we can land that deal with him to get him in town. I'm sure that's going to bring the fans out from everywhere.
It sure will. You know, he's one of the great wrestlers of all time, along with the whole Von Erich family. And, you know, it's just great that these people come in here. You know, sometimes we have to pay their transportation to get here, but it's worthwhile to have them kind of people come into our building. And, you know, another thing we're going to try to do, we done it about 5 years ago, have some of the old wrestlers, I say old because they're getting old now, but some of them's retired, some of them went to different things, but we're going to have a night when we have a lot of them come back and stand in that ring and take pictures with you.
Oh, that'd be great. Kind of like Tiger Terry Riley, maybe.
Terry Riley, the Giant Assassin, Cowboy Bill Osborne. You know, Big Daddy will probably be here. You know he will if we can get a hold of him again. And there's just so many of them that people want to see. They ask about them. They're still around. So we'll have one night. We'll get them all in the ring here one night.
Well, that'd be great. Tim Miller, as Tony Costa and I just saying, a lot of these guys paved the way so we can be doing what we're doing here in 2012.
No doubt about it. A lot of guys busted their butts and broke their backs in that ring. Tony Costa himself, a great example of that. Keith Smith. But there's others like Big Daddy, the Giant Assassin, that need to be recognized. And I can't wait to do that all over again like we did several years ago.
Oh, yeah. I think that would just pay a tribute to those guys and get them down here. And that'll be a fun night. We can sit and tell some war stories. Probably have to be here after midnight. But you get the likes of a Big Daddy and the Giant Assassin talking. You know, Big Daddy ruled the wrestling world.
Well, we got a lot of them. Chris Garrison, a lot of old times. Even Dr. Blood. Dr. Blood comes to our matches once in a while. He lives here in St. Louis now, and he comes to quite a few. He's here tonight somewhere. but we'll have a lot of the old timers and not real old timers. They're still young. Some's young in age, some's young in heart. But no matter what, we're going to get them all here one night.
Well, that'd be great. In the meantime, we're watching the tag team title is on the line here tonight. The Lumberjacks defending them against the American Riders, Frankie and Jimmy D. And it's Jimmy D working on the Lumberjacks arm. And I am just so pleased to have the new television program on Charter Cable. And Tim, we talked about it before we started tonight. Our good friend at Charter Cable, Maureen, just getting reviews every week from the show. And we want to thank her and the crew at Charter Cable for giving us the opportunity not only to be on the Missouri side, but the Illinois side. And Charter Cable is the way to go.
Definitely the way to go. It speaks for itself. It's paying off. Look at the crowd. Capacity crowd here, as always, at the South Broadway Athletic Club. Fans, got to remind you, wrestling returns right back here to the home of the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, the historic South Broadway Athletic Club, on Saturday night, April the 14th, for camera and autograph night. And then on April 21st, we explode back into Illinois, the Illinois side of the river, East Carondelet, at the Community Center, Wrestling Explosion, Larry Madisick and company. You don't want to miss either of the big shows in the month of April because, indeed, Herb, this is where the action is at.
Well, as you and Keith Smith and I talked earlier, you know, 24 to 30 shows per year is not shabby on the independent circuit. And then Tony Costa announced that we're the longest running promotion, independent promotion in the country. Sure, you got the bigger company out there, you know, you got the TNAs and them out there, but they're not drawing this. I guarantee you, Larry Madisick gets reports every week on what these other organizations are drawing. They're not drawing capacity crowds like this, and they're on national television. And that's why I say Missouri, Illinois got the greatest fan base anywhere in the country.
StLouisWrestling.com, MissouriWrestlingRevival.com, the St. Louis Wrestling Community. We're all over the internet. Charter Communications, both sides of the river, Channel 8 and 18. The only locally produced wrestling programs on both sides of the river here, Herb. The longest running program in America as far as wrestling's concerned. You know, we must be doing something right.
Well, and we want to continue that. As you see, referee being distracted there. Jimmy D being forced back out. Lumberjacks doing their thing outside with Frankie D. Referee begins to count on Frankie D, telling him to get back in the ring. But now both Lumberjacks down on the floor with Frankie D. The title's on the line here for the Tag Team Championship.
No greater match could have been signed for the tag team titles. The American Riders quickly working their way up into the top contendership, but they're in there with the champs, the Lumberjacks. These two, they've done it all. Multi-time tag team champions. What a competitive contest. And like you said, the belts are on the line because unlike the other guys, Herb, the belts are always on the line.
And right now, Frankie D being worked on outside the ring. Referee Nick Rednar counting on him, telling him to get it back in the ring. Frankie D trying to fight his way back. He rolls in the ring. One Lumberjack gets in. Some sense of order being restored. And you wouldn't expect anything less in the title match. Tim Miller.
No doubt about it. The four of these men giving their all. The Lumberjack really doing a number here on the veteran Frankie D. And look at the quick tags in and out, the cohesive unit that the Lumberjacks are. That's why they're the reigning champions. There's a lot of fight in Frankie D, but look, there's both of them right there at the right time to neutralize the offense of Frankie D.
And they slowed him down. I got to give him credit. He's trying to fight his way back. A headbutt, and now that drives him over into the corner he needs to be in. And now we'll see what Jimmy D can do. He's checking on Frankie D. Jimmy D said, let me see what I can do. In the meantime, fans, get that pin out, mark that calendar, Saturday night, April the 14th, right back here at South Broadway. 1 week later, East Carondelet Community Center over in East Carondelet, Illinois. Just about 10 minutes across the river down in the Dupo, Columbia area. In case you have trouble finding it, you can Google it. And it'll come right up as now it's Jimmy D suffering that reverse elbow. by the Lumberjack. And Tim, that's a good point you're bringing up. That quick, frequent tag, keeping the fresh man in there, is really keeping the Lumberjacks with that fresh man in there.
Well, these guys, they are the champions. They do work together. They do know what the other is thinking. They take advantage of every available opportunity. That's what made them the successful champions that they are. And there's another example, quick tag, these guys in and out. It seems to me like the American Riders, Herb, just do not have an answer for the Lumberjacks.
Well, I'm not sure what it is. They may have underestimated him, but here he hooks the leg. Count of 1, 2, 3, and the Lumberjacks retain the tag team champions.
And fans, we're going to get ready to go to Ben Simon with the official decision here for you fans watching on Charter. Take it away, Ben.
Here are your winners, and still the tag team champions, Gabe, the Lumberjacks.
As you hear the crowd cheer, Ben Simon with the official announcement, and the Jacks celebrating another successful defense. Fans, don't touch your dial.
Tonight's event is brought to you by MissouriWrestlingRevival.com, your stop for all things Midwest Wrestling. Just a moment. We will see the man, Ricky Cruz, who is virtually undefeated here in Missouri and Illinois, take on my guest at this time, the Battle Royal champion, Big Dave Osborne. What's up with this new nickname you have, Mr. Over the Top?
I actually want to talk to you about that there, Ben Simon. I heard you and Keith Smith's little commentary on the new TV show going on right now, and I wasn't very fond of it. I didn't really appreciate it. You see, being the Battle Royal champion alone gives me the right to call myself whatever I want. And so for you people at home, you can just refer to me now as Mr. Over the Top Dave Osborne. And tonight the fans and Ricky Cruz will find out what it's like to go over the top.
Oh,